Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sridhar. Thank you for joining me here today. It's really great to have I/O right in our backyard at Shoreline again. It's a real highlight for me. I get to meet other engineers, developers, and product leaders from around the world and check out all the amazing things that you're building. I've had a chance to talk to some of you, and I'm in awe of all the creativity that I've seen. You represent the best developers that are out there. I'm sure that the creators of the next Pokemon Go, Flipkart, or Airbnb are right here in this audience. But creating a successful business takes more than just an awesome product. All of you know that. I know of many great products that aren't really around because they're not able to get enough users or make enough money. So for my team here at Google, our mission is crystal clear. What can we do to help you turn your amazing products into profitable businesses? Today, we're going to discuss 3 things you need to focus on to get there. Number 1 is developing seamless payment experiences. Number 2, earning more from your apps. And number 3, growing by finding more of your best customers. We'll share new product innovations in each of these areas to help you delight your customers and make your businesses more successful. You've all heard the saying, the customer is always right. They are. Consumer expectations are higher than ever before. Consumers are looking for more useful and more delightful experiences every single day. And with billions of mobile users globally, the opportunity in front of us is pretty amazing. But the same is true for all of your competition, too. And people have way more choice now than ever before. Over 5 million apps, many, many more sites than that, hundreds of TV channels, social media, it goes on and on. So how are you going to stand out in this sea of amazing choices? Jim Lyski, the CMO of CarMax, recently put it this way. Consumers used to evaluate their experiences in silos. I'll compare CarMax against all other used car dealers, and I'll compare Nordstrom against all other clothing retailers. Let's go back one slide, please. One slide forward. But now, people are clearly taking those best experiences from one industry and demanding that they receive the same or better everywhere. If they can order a very specific cup of coffee and get it every morning, why can't they have an experience that's bespoke and customized for them when they buy a car? That makes sense. With so much competition and increasing customer expectations, you can't win customers with a one-size-fits-all approach. This really calls for new strategies that puts the focus on each individual customer. It means understanding your customers and how they differ. It means creating growth and monetization strategies that reflect those insights. And it means using tools that are powerful and flexible enough to act on that information. And this is where we think we can help. Only Google can provide you with the tools and technology that help you put your customers at the center of how you develop, earn, and grow from your product. To start with, we're helping you develop easier ways to pay for your products and services. How many of you have abandoned a shopping cart online? I did, just yesterday. Sometimes it takes really long to check out, or you don't have your credit card handy. Either way, it's a pretty frustrating experience, both for you. You didn't get what you want done, and for the business that lost your money. Paying online should be easy. And that's one of the reasons why we've made this a top priority for Google. Our open platform approach maximizes the way in which people can pay. And the ways you can get paid, we want to provide a seamless, consistent experience across devices and across platforms. Hundreds of millions of people have already saved their preferred payment method, like a credit card or a debit card, to their Google account. And today, we're going to announce a developer solution that will allow people to use these safeguards when checking out in your apps, sites, and more with just one single button. Payments are a critical part of the conversion process, and we want to help you make it as quick and as easy as possible. And when you make it easier for people to pay for what they want, you win. It's really that simple. Next up, earning more from your apps. While some of your users might make in-app purchases, let's face it, the majority never really do. And that's why earning money with in-app ads is the most common revenue model for mobile businesses. AdMob helps you do that. Today, over 1 million apps use AdMob to make money on iOS and on Android. In fact, to date, we've paid out over $3.5 billion in ads revenue to AdMob developers, like you. More than any other ad network. And a truly customer-centric monetization strategy means you monetize different user groups in different ways. For that, you need a solution that's powered by insights, one that offers great ad formats, easy-to-use tools, and helps you scale to meet increasing global demand. And today, we're going to show you a completely reimagined AdMob, rebuilt from the ground up based on your feedback to give you all of that and more for your apps. And last but not least, growing your user base. Finding valuable users isn't easy. Let me explain. I still love playing Words with Friends. I know. And part of what I love about the app is that my wife and I play against each other practically every day. We usually have multiple games going on any given moment. And after playing a turn in one game, you have to view an ad before being able to play a turn in another game. My wife is blessed with a lot of patience, will wait between each game. On the other hand, I paid for the premium version of the game that lets me switch between unlimited games. My wife and I are two users who interact with apps in very different ways, both valuable, but quite different. And as a developer, you need to value us differently. To that end, you need a marketing tool that knows and can help you pay the right amount when acquiring new customers who are like me or like my wife. That's why we introduced Universal App Campaigns. We call it UAC for short. UAC makes it easy to find users that not only install your app, but actually take actions within the app. UAC reaches users across iOS and Android on each of Google's billion user properties, like Google Play, Google Search, YouTube, Gmail, as well as the millions of sites and apps that are on our display network. And rather than having to manage multiple campaigns and manually optimizing each one across these channels and contexts, UAC does this automatically with one single campaign. It uses machine learning and AI to improve and make your campaign smarter with every single ad. And it learns from countless signals, like where people are engaging most with your app and which creative works best, all in real time. And with over 6 billion user properties, we have the power to find your users with both simplicity and massive scale. And it's working. At I/O last year, we announced that our app ads had delivered over 2 million app installs. This year, I'm pretty excited to share that this has grown by a factor of 2.5 to over 5+ billion app installs. Better yet, we are now helping advertisers drive over 3 billion in-app actions per quarter. These are real people taking real actions inside your app. Universal campaigns are transforming the way developers and marketers reach and acquire the right users. And we truly think this is the future of app growth. And to deliver more value to developers and marketers, we are bundling all future app growth innovations right into UAC, making it a one-stop shop to get stuff done. I'm an engineer. I'm really proud of these new innovations. And I'm excited about how they can help you understand and better serve your customers in order to stand out in what's a really competitive ecosystem. So with that, I'd like to bring up my team to dive deeper into these innovations. And we're going to kick it off with Pali Bhatt. Thank you.
Thanks, Sridhar. Hello, everyone. I'm Pali, and I'm the product lead for payments at Google. And today I want to share how you can make it easy for your customers to pay for your products and services while giving them a delightful experience. Now, your customers expect to engage with you wherever they are, whether it's on your mobile website, or on your app, or in the future through the assistant. Now, across all these surfaces, they expect checkout to be fast and easy. Unfortunately, the checkout screen is the single biggest source of friction in the purchase experience today. In fact, the problem is even more acute on mobile, where conversions are a full 1/3 lower relative to desktop. And a large reason for that is because the existing desktop checkout experience, which has been optimized over a period of 20 years, simply doesn't work well on mobile. Now, last year, we announced our first set of solutions to this complex issue, with Android Pay serving as your passport for giving your customers a streamlined checkout experience. We've seen tremendous progress over the last 10 months, with Android Pay now being available in 10 markets around the world. I'm excited to announce that we are going to be bringing Android Pay to even more markets over the next few months, including Brazil, Canada, Russia, Spain, and Taiwan. We've also seen tremendous momentum on the app side, with thousands of top developers having adopted Android Pay to deliver a seamless checkout experience for their users. But we have the opportunity to bring this experience to even more users. And we can do that in partnership with all of you in the payments ecosystem. So I'm excited to share one of the first collaborations that is going to deliver a very, very meaningful number of users a much, much better checkout experience. And we've done this in collaboration with our friends at PayPal, where PayPal users are going to get the streamlined Android Pay experience simply by linking the PayPal account to Android Pay. So very excited about this. So let me show you how this is going to work on the mobile web. So as I was thinking through what I'm going to show you all in terms of like buying something using PayPal and Android Pay in action, I thought of my 8-year-old. Earlier this week, he had a dress your color day at school. And dress your color basically means you have to pick your favorite color and wear your entire outfit in that color. His favorite color is blue. So he had on blue jeans, he had a blue top, he had a blue hoodie, and of course, because that wasn't blue enough, he even had a homemade blue cape. The only thing that was missing was blue shoes. So I figured I'd surprise him and buy him some blue shoes today on Nike.com. Let me show you how this works. Let me switch to the phone, please, for PayPal. Wonderful. So I'm going to bring up Nike.com on the Chrome browser. And I've already picked out the shoes. Okay? Got some sweet blue shoes. And when I'm ready to check out, I'm going to check out with PayPal as usual. And you'll notice that that gets Android Pay going. And instead of having to enter my username or password, all I need to do is use my fingerprint, authorize, and I'm done. Right? No more entering usernames or passwords, or even having to create an account. You simply have to use your fingerprint. Now, this experience is going to be coming to many of the PayPal's millions of sites over the coming few months, and eventually roll out to all of their sites that have implemented PayPal. Now, let's switch back to the screen. Slides, please. Can you switch back to the slides, please? Awesome. We want to bring the same experience to Visa Checkout and MasterPass users. So very excited about that. Now, as excited as we are with all of the progress we've seen in Android Pay, we know that our over 1 billion plus Google users don't all have Android Pay, or for that matter, any digital wallet. However, these Google users frequent popular Google products like Google Play and YouTube, and as Sridhar mentioned, have saved hundreds of millions of credit and debit cards to their Google accounts. So today, we want to announce a simple API for all of you developers out there to be able to accept all of these payment methods through Google. And developers who adopt this API can enable an easy-to-use checkout experience for their customers. And, of course, as we discussed earlier, reduce the amount of friction, which can lead to higher conversions and more revenues. Best of all, this new developer API, which we call the Google Payment API, is going to be free for developers. Okay. Now, users don't need to do any additional setup. If they've already saved their payment method to Google, they simply sign in and get this streamlined checkout experience. Now, we've built this Google Payment API on top of the payment request standard, which is now a W3C spec. Now, developers can simply add this Pay with Google button to their favorite websites or apps by integrating with the Google Payment API. I want to share with you a little story about this Pay with Google button that you see here. This button is very similar to the Sign in with Google button that users are already used to. And our team was brainstorming all of the different variations that we could possibly have on this button. And one of my absolute favorite variants was treat yourself with Google. Now, we didn't land on that, but I think we've got a really good alternative with Pay with Google. So speaking of treating myself, I wanted to buy some cool new headphones, and Wish is exactly the place to get it. So we've been doing some work with our friends over at Wish to enable this cool Pay with Google experience. Let me show you how it works within the app. Can we switch to the Wish phone, please? Thank you. So let me bring up the Wish app. I've already added the cool black headphones that I wanted to my cart. And whenever I'm ready to pay, I simply need to pick my form of payment. And here's the special part, right? I've got all of my payment methods already attached to my Google account. You see that PayPal account that I just used to buy those cool blue shoes? I have that. I have the MasterCard that I've added to Android Pay. And of course, I have my American Express that I've saved to my Google account. So I'm going to continue, and that's it. I slide to pay, right? I don't need to enter any usernames, remember passwords, or have to create a new account on the Wish site. Pay with Google makes it that simple. Now, the Wish team is going to be rolling out this Pay with Google experience to all of their users in the coming weeks. But we've also been working with a lot of the top developers to enable this Pay with Google experience to more users. So let's switch to the slides, please. So I'm excited to announce that we're soon going to have Airbnb, Deliveroo, DoorDash, and Eat24 integrated with the Pay with Google experience, and many more developers are going to be coming soon. So as you saw, this experience is something that's going to be available not just in the United States, but also internationally. So we're very excited about that. And if you're interested in this API, you can sign up for early access. So that was Pay with Google in action across both the mobile web and within apps. But we also talked about how the Assistant is going to be a huge new platform for commerce. So one of the things we've done is work closely with the Assistant team to bring the same great Pay with Google experience to the Google Assistant. Now, if you were at the keynote, I think you might have seen a demo already of how this ordering experience would look on Panera. Now, let's see that demo in action again. So let's switch to the demo that we have for the Assistant. And now I'm going to be trying this on the Assistant. It's a little bit noisy in here. So if everyone can bear with me and keep real quiet, we're going to do this live. Okay? So I'm going to bring up the Assistant and then try to order a sandwich and some smoothies from Panera.
These came back from a search.
Talk to Panera.
I found a couple of places.
I think it's a bit noisy, so I'm going to try again. Talk to Panera.
I found a couple of places.
Feels like we have a lot of noise in here. Maybe we can all do it together. Let me try once more, because this demo is really cool. Talk to Panera.
I found a couple of places.
The demo gods are not smiling on us. So, we're going to give it one more shot because all of you, I think, would be interested in this. And then we'll switch to a cool video we have in case this exactly happened. Talk to Panera.
I found a couple of places.
So you know what? Why don't we actually switch to the video, and I'll show you a little bit of how this works on the video. So the cool thing about this is if you're actually in a less noisy environment than the Shoreline Amphitheater, which hopefully not many of you are trying to use the Assistant in, then you can actually get this experience where you can interact with the Assistant across both voice or by interacting with your touchscreen. And the cool thing about it is you can switch seamlessly between both the voice and using the prompts that the Assistant gives you. So in this particular example, I could actually start ordering, let's say, the strawberry poppy seed salad without chicken, and then switch to picking out my favorite smoothie, and then checking out. And what we've done is integrated the Pay with Google experience into the Assistant. So developers like you can have a seamless experience for all of your customers. And of course, just like you saw with both that PayPal purchase I showed you and the Wish purchase I showed you, you simply confirm with a fingerprint and you're done. So we're very excited about all of these new experiences that we're bringing to developers like you. So we look forward to seeing all of you integrating Pay with Google into your websites, apps, or experiencing it through the Assistant. With that, I'd like to welcome Sissy Shao, who's going to tell you a little bit more about how you can monetize and grow your apps. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sissy, and I am super excited to be here today to share with you how Google will help you build a more successful mobile apps business. As Sridhar talked about earlier, there are over 5 million apps across Android and iOS. And if I tell you that the vast majority are free, I'm sure most of you won't be surprised. So what does it mean for you trying to build a great business that users want both free and amazing apps? It means that you need to think very creatively about how to monetize your apps and make sure that you're using everything in your arsenal, including in-app purchases, subscriptions, and now increasingly, advertising. Those of you who are using AdMob know that putting in-app ads is a primary and effective way to monetize your apps. And we at Google have been focused on connecting you to millions of Google advertisers and over 40 ad networks. But just putting ads into your apps isn't enough. How do you build a product that delights your users with ads experiences that are just as good? In order to be successful, you need to be as thoughtful about putting ads into your app as the core user experience itself. Let's take a major game developer, Zeptolab. I think they made Cut the Rope, which I'm sure most of you have played at one time. And they have a new awesome game called Cats. They have been using the AdMob platform for over 5 years to monetize their apps, and they use our full suite of formats, including interstitials, rewarded video ads, and now native advanced. And when they're doing that advertising, they're very, very careful to make sure that the ads are native to the game and that they're blending seamlessly so that users who are playing are still having a delightful and fun experience. And it's working for them. Since they've added rewarded ad units to Cats, they have more than tripled their AdMob revenue in the past few months. Zeptolabs is just one example. There are now over 1 million apps using AdMob across Android and iOS to monetize their apps. And we have paid out more than $3.5 billion to date to app developers, more than any ad network. But we know you need more. We've been listening to your feedback very closely, and we've heard that you need more from this product. You need 3 things. Number 1, you want a holistic picture of your revenue, not just ads, but how does ads relate to the other revenue streams like in-app purchases and subscriptions. Number 2, you want integrated app analytics. You want to see how ads works and how they affect the core user experience of your app itself. And finally, number 3, you want better and more powerful tools to manage and maximize your revenue. Because of these needs, that's what spurred my engineering team to embark on a mission and rebuild AdMob from the ground up. And that's why today I am incredibly excited to share with you the launch of a completely rebuilt, reimagined AdMob. Thank you. We wanted to give you the tools you need to build a successful mobile apps business. And we're focused on building an end-to-end monetization platform that works for you. Our goals here are primarily twofold. Number 1, we want to give you deeper insights into how your ads behave and how they affect the rest of your core app. And I'll show you that in a second. And number 2, we built advanced controls so that you can, and reporting, so that you can maximize and optimize your ads revenue. And finally, we built all of these features on a clean and modern, redone user interface. However, instead of just talking about it, let me show you a few screens from the really new AdMob. Let me storytell for a second. Suppose that I am a developer at a mid-sized company building health and fitness apps. And when I first log into the new AdMob, I see a completely different user experience. And what I see here is a home dashboard. This home dashboard is a quick snapshot of all the apps in my AdMob account, and it's telling me important information about how much I'm making in each of these apps across my entire business. If you see at the top, I'm showing a new scorecard, which is telling me how much I've made today, this week, yesterday, this week, and this month. So it seems to be a really useful way for me to check how my business is doing. If I scroll down, I'm going to see a new card on the left called the App Performance Card. And here, we're breaking out each of the apps in this account and telling me how much money I'm making across my business. If I look carefully, though, it looks like FitMobber, which is my best app, has been tanking. It's dropped over $200 yesterday, which is a disaster because this is the one that's growing the best. I need to figure out exactly what's going on. I dig in, I drill in, and click on that. And let me jump out of story mode for a sec to explain to you what you're seeing now. You're now seeing a completely new app overview dashboard. And this app overview dashboard is a dashboard designed to show you exactly what's going on within a particular app. In this case, in our demo, this is the FitMobber app, and you can see on both the left hand and the top that it's showing you that all the numbers you're seeing are related to FitMobber. And furthermore, in the middle, I see two new reports. On the left, with the colored bars, a total revenue report. And this is showing me not just ads revenue from AdMob, it's also layering in in-app purchases, subscriptions, or other in-app monetization models right into that bar chart. So you can see at a glance how my overall revenue is trending across all of these different revenue streams. On the right, I see also a completely new user metrics card. And this card is showing me important health metrics of my core app, including sessions and retention. What we've done to enable this is weave together Google Analytics for Firebase directly into the core of AdMob. We know that ads are a critical part of your user's experience. You cannot build an amazing app without understanding how ads behave in the app. And you can't monetize well without understanding how users behave in your app. So for the first time ever, AdMob and Firebase can share data across these two platforms to help you gain deeper insights and build a more successful mobile apps business. Cool. Let me get back to my story and tell you how I can use this to fix my FitMobber issue. So if I look at these numbers on the left, it looks like the blue bars have been shrinking, and the blue bars are actually my ads revenue. So that makes sense. That's why I saw the $200 drop yesterday. And if I look on the right, user metrics have also taken a turn for the worse. In fact, sessions per user and session duration are both down. That means that users are using the app less and walking away more. I go to talk to my team and ask them what is going on, and I learned that they put a new ad unit right at the screen in the app that is right before users work out, which means that they were just deterred enough to stop working out and stop subscribing to my app. That was a really bad placement for that ad, for sure. I move it, and I wait a week. I hop back into the same screen in the new AdMob, and wow, everything is back and up and to the right. Business is now booming at FitMobber, and I'm a global company. I'm also using an advanced feature called mediation. And mediation is very simple. It's basically a set of rules that allow me to send my ad units to different ad networks. And if you're a bigger app publisher business, this is really important for you to use and to maximize your revenue. Managing mediation in the new AdMob is easier than ever with a feature called mediation groups. And what mediation groups lets you do is it lets you set up a single set of mediation rules and then apply it across apps, ad units, or geographies. I'll give you an example. Let's say that FitMobber is doing really well, especially in Japan. And in Japan especially, you want to send your ads to different regional ad networks because there are a few ad networks there that want to buy ads just for users there. Using mediation groups, it's now very easy to do this. I set up one mediation group for Japan with my rules. And after that, it's quite trivial to add ad units. I can add ad units to this group, and it will start automatically obeying the rules. I can also, if I change my mind and want to reorder or add different new networks, add that in one place or change it in one place and have it automatically apply to all of my ads in my Japan app. Very simple and very powerful. At this point, I've talked to you a lot about how Google is helping you build a great in-app advertising business. I want to pivot completely and talk about another extremely crucial part of building a successful business, maybe the most crucial part, and that is growth. You cannot have a successful mobile apps business without having a successful growth strategy. And in order to do that, you have to answer two questions. Number one is, who are my best users? And number two is, where can I find them? Where are the most effective channels that I can show them my app and get them to download and try it? I'm excited to share that Google has been working on these problems, and we have quite a few features to share to solve these growth challenges. Let me start with Google Play. Android is now active with over 2 billion monthly active users every month. And Google Play is in over 190 countries around the world. People turn to Google Play every day to discover great apps and games to enjoy. And we find increasingly that besides searching in the Play Store, which they definitely still do, they search for the apps that they want, they are also responding and downloading apps that we're recommending to them as they're browsing the Play Store. Because of that, and to help you find those users who are browsing and discovering their next favorite app in the Play Store, we're announcing new ad placements in the home and app listings pages of the Google Play Store. These ad units will only be available exclusively to Universal App Campaigns. And they'll help you reach users right when they're in that mode of discovery in the Play Store. Obviously, besides the Play Store, there are many other channels that people are discovering their next favorite app. And that's why we built Universal App Campaigns, or UAC as we like to call it. UAC helps you reach people across multiple billion user properties, including Google Play, Google Search, YouTube, Gmail, and millions of apps and websites across the Google Display Network. In order to use UAC, it's very easy. You tell us what app you want to promote, you tell us the price that you want to pay per install, and you give us a little bit of information to help us create ads, like text, images, videos. We then take all of that information in UAC and we use machine learning to deliver the maximum number of installs to you at the price that you've specified. And we do this by automating and optimizing every single bit of the advertising itself, including what the ads look like, where to put the ads, and also, more importantly, what to bid for each impression and click so that we hit that target price that you want while delivering the maximum number of installs for you. So wherever your users are and whatever they're doing, whether they're searching on Google or watching videos on YouTube, only Google has the breadth of channels to help you find your most valuable users right when they want to download your app. Universal App Campaigns has been helping companies like Headspace, which is a very popular meditation app, improve health and happiness around the world. And according to Robert from Headspace, Universal App Campaigns has saved their team time and driven results. Translation: more users that use and love the app in less time. However, like Headspace, we all know that growth isn't just about installs. Many users will install your app and not go along and spend or engage or potentially even open it. You need to spend your acquisition dollars wisely to find your most valuable users, the ones that will engage and spend and activate and enjoy your apps. Because of that, I'm also extremely happy that we're announcing 2 new bidding options in Universal App Campaigns: Target CPA, or cost per acquisition, and Target ROAS, or return on ad spend. And these bidding strategies will help you profitably acquire high-value users, or put more simply, it helps you pay more for users who will pay you more and pay less for users who we think will pay you less. So I'll give you a very concrete example. My husband and I are both mobile gamers, and we both love this new game by Nintendo called Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't know if you've played it or not. It's a tactical RPG, and basically in this game, you collect heroes, and the way you collect heroes is through exchanging a virtual currency called orbs. Now, I'm sure most of you who've played games know that the way to get orbs is usually two ways. One is you buy them with real money, and number two is you can sort of grind it out in the game and earn them over the course of playing. Now, I am really very impatient and also very competitive, so I have no issues spending over $100 buying orbs to collect my favorite heroes. My husband, on the other hand, is more principled and wants to grind it out, and he's just a little cheap. So he's willing to spend maybe at most $5. For an app developer like Nintendo, they should be thinking about acquiring players like me at a high price point, at a higher price point than players like my husband, who spend a lower price point. And with these new bidding strategies, they can do exactly that. And finally, at the core of any smart growth strategy is measuring whether you're spending your acquisition dollars wisely. And we know that many of you are using third-party measurement providers to measure the attribution of your installs. And that's why today, I'm happy to announce that Google is launching a completely new app attribution program. And what this program does is it's designed to integrate data from these 7 global companies that you see on this slide right into AdWords. And our goal is to create consistency and reliability of the data integration and the results that you'll get. We have also streamlined the flow, so it's incredibly easy now to get these app measurement companies up and running if you're using AdWords. With that, I want to thank you all for the opportunity to be here and share all of these great features that my team has been working on. Please try them out, and please share your feedback with us. And with that, I'd like to turn it back to Sridhar to close with his final thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Sissy. You know what's really exciting about presenting to all of you? We know that we have the most innovative thinkers in the app world right here. We know that many of the products that redefine how we communicate, shop, stay entertained are going to be done by you. That's why we find it so exciting. And we also know that in order to turn these products into successful businesses is more important than ever before for you to figure out how to simplify the payments process, how to tailor your ad experiences to generate the maximum amount of revenue, and to find the right users for your app. And those of you that do this are really the ones that are going to be successful. We have a number of great follow-up sessions, including one on payments right after this. They're up here. Thank you all for listening to us. Take care.